Hi guys, sorry for the delay. I'm going to go ahead and do a layout today, and I will show you the sketch that we're using. This is by Lisa Sikarsky, and this is the sketch that you can use for the week, this week, and I will have a drawing on the 1st of October. So you can use the sketch, or you can use the theme of school. Post it on my Facebook group called Joy Ani, Scrapping My Own Private Idaho. That's also the name of my YouTube channel that you may be watching this on. And this is how it's going to go. So I've taken a 12 by 12 piece of cardstock and some very old, close to my heart paper. So to be in the challenge, remember the paper you use has to be either close to my heart or Stampin' Up, either one. And it has to be, you're either following the sketch or you're going to do a school themed layout. So I'm taking, the base page is 12 by 12 like I stated, and then I trim this down to 11.5 by 11.5. I'm doing direct ink on the outside of the edges with intense black. And I'm going to throw this down here. I'm going to go ahead and tape it. I'm making sure that it's nice and even. It has some little gnarly bits that sometimes, I think my paper trimmer, I need to change the blade. It was one of those, I'm doing a purge, so hopefully I will find, because I don't know if the paper cutter that I have, I don't know if blades are available anymore. I got them from Close to My Heart, and I know they changed some of the blades. I try to keep 2 blades ahead, but anyway, so I didn't want that to show. I'm going to have that go like that. Okay, so then I'm going to place it down, and here's my 12 by 12 papers. And the picture that I'm using today is the first day of school for my granddaughter. She actually does virtual schooling now. She switched over her freshman year in high school and has been a really good fit. She's a part of, I'm not for sure what school it is, and I probably wouldn't say even if I did know. Okay, so I'm going to place this down, having a quarter all the way around. I wanted to show you this paper pack that I'm using. You might have it in your stash. It is probably 16, 17 years old. It was called Notebook. It was when Close to My Heart did not have zip strips and it was thinner. It has this paper, and I'm using this paper because it matched my granddaughter's blue jeans. And the fun part of this paper pack was it has these things that I have cut out, and you'll see what I've done with them a little bit later. So this is kind of this was my inspiration for this layout, was these little different, I don't know what you call them, but I'm using them as ephemera, I guess, is what you call it. Okay, so I'm going to start off with placing her. So in the sketch, we have a large picture. If I can find that again. I buried the sketch, but it has a large tag in the middle. And so I'm going to line that up. I'm going to put everything here. I'm starting it this way, and I want, I'm going to center this on here. I want it down a little bit because I'm going to put, I cut this out of the cool piece of paper that I had, and I'm going to have to move that down here a little bit and place that on here. I'm kind of covering up my pictures a little bit because they are not, it's, you know, it's not good to probably put your picture out there everywhere. So that one can kind of slide down a little bit. I don't want the squares to go even over. And there's dots on here, so I can kind of get it straight and centered. I do have kind of a crooked eye. I'm going to tape that. So we haven't had a challenge in quite some time. In the past, we've had our challenges, and they were, you could either choose a theme or a paper pack. And so next week, stay tuned, and we will be voting on the paper pack we want to do. I don't know if I'm going to do weekly challenges, so go ahead and leave me a little note on what you think is doable. I know that the once a week challenges got so that people thought that that was a lot. I mean, there's good and bad in that. I mean, it is a lot, but then it kind of forces you to scrap more, which is kind of the point. So I'm going to put this right here where it says photograph. Kind of got a little gluey on this side. I'm going to tuck that under. I do like things to overlap a little bit. So now that I've got this all down, and I'm pretty light on the glue, I'll glue things down a little bit more. So this is, let's center this, so it's 4 by 8. Actually, I'm going to set this up and make sure. Okay, so I have, you saw the paper that I used, so I took tags and I cut them out. I cut them out of this paper. And the tricky part was not getting this stuff upside down, because you can see, and I thought that was cool that it said school and report card. I thought this is really cute paper. And like I said, I've had it for a while. So that looks like it's even. I've got 1.5. Might be a little bit. Maybe it's 1 1/4 and 1 1/4. I think that is perfect. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this down. And I'm gluing everything down before I put my letters on. And I'm trying to decide, whoops, her face is going to show a little bit. That's, okay. Ooh, don't, oh, okay. Oops, okay. And now it all went cattywampus again. Okay. So, I do have a YouTube channel that you're perhaps watching, and it is Joyani Scrapping in My Own Private Idaho. I have a Facebook group where I take still pictures, so any layouts that I do, if you pop over to my business page, and while you're there, if you go ahead and follow it. I'm trying to make it so that I don't, right now I'm recording this on my personal page, so people that may not be interested in scrapbooking are seeing it, but I need like 11 more people to follow me, and then I can have it without it'll cut down a strip. So if you don't follow my business page, which is Joyani Facebook group, Scrapping My Own Private Idaho, please pop over there and do that for me and help a girl out. Okay, so this is my tags, and I'm following it. See how closely I'm following this sketch. Sketch. So they have a circle, so I'm going to take my circle, and I'm going to probably take this off because the camera is going to sit up there like that. And actually, I'm going to pop off that camera. So I'm going to put a nice black circle. And the camera is from this, you might have this in your stash. It is a retired stamp as well. Well, everything is retired that I'm using today. So once a week I go into my stash of my close to my heart stuff, and I use all my old stuff. And then once a week I use current stuff that you could actually buy. But this, I'm using the camera from this, and this is from Are You There Yet? Scrapbooking stamp set. So I'm pop dotting this, and that way that will cover up that little, I'm going to put 2 paper dots on this. So because this is an older paper pack, and I didn't have a lot of the matching colors, I stamped the camera on the paper, the actual notebook paper, and that way it will color coordinate. And that's a nice thing about stamping. I probably stamped more on this layout than I have any layout I've ever done. And the reason I did that was because I didn't have any leftover cardstock, and so I was looking for things to match it, but there wasn't a lot, so I'm going to put that right. I think I'd do a smaller. I think I decided on smaller. I might do a smaller star there. Okay, so that's that part, and then I'm building a cluster. I have and this was fun. So this stamp set was actually from a COVID stamp set. So during COVID they came up with a stamp set. I'll show you that one. You might have this when your staff stamped, and it said virtual hugs. Well, I just mask it off, which means you take this stamp, and you can see where I inked it. I put washi tape over the hugs, and then I just stamped it, and that's called masking off. And so that way I had this, because it's a virtual school. So I have this layout, and then I'm going to do, here I'm going to go with this one. I have the first day, quotes only. So my granddaughter has this thing where she collects quotes that people say, which is kind of funny. This one goes over the top like that. It says first day. This one is read, because she's all about reading. And she has her little books right here. And I'm going to put, I'm trying to decide, what do you think? Should I add the glasses on there? That was from a zip strip of a paper pack I had. So now I'm going to glue all this down. And I might pop dot this star just to give it a little bit of dimension. So I hope that you will, we can start up, and you'll either use the sketch or the theme in either a sketch or a theme, and go ahead and you can post your pictures on Giuliani Scrapping My Own Private Idaho, and that will get you in the drawing. And then I draw on every Saturday, and I give away a paper pack. So that is how that works. And then starting in October, we're going to have a fun one where we're going to be treating ourselves. Okay, so that's, I think I'm going to pop these books up, and I'm going to pop the star up just to give us a little of dimension along the way. And I'm realizing that I put things down a little bit too readily. So I'm going to sneak some things under here. So I have this background stamp. Background stamps are a great way to add a little something something to your page. So I am going to add little blobs on this one, and I'm going to use ink, and I like for it to be underneath. So I'm going to go under here, and we'll have a little bit coming out like that. Doesn't that look cute? And the books, I'm going to have some over here. There's a little bit of black there already, but see how that just kind of, go ahead, it adds a little something something to it. Do I need it anywhere else? I think I'm going to put it up, one up here. I should have done this before. That one I'll put some over here. If I hadn't glued stuff down already, I would put something right there, but I don't know if I can sneak that in. So that's just, background stamps are a great way to add a little bit. Oops! And I'm going to put my little virtual, I'm going to pop that up a little bit. My computer. It looks, oh, I know why it looks crooked. Okay, so then I'm going to add the lettering to it, and it's going to say sophomore. And so these letters were the much sought after they're called outline alphabet, and I do use them, but had I known, they're kind of a pain. They're not, yeah, they're kind of a pain. That virtual, should that be over a little bit more? I think the black circle is what needs to be over a little bit more. I'm going to pull that up. So, move this over this way. I think this needs to be over so that the black comes out this way. And then we can have the star peeping up a little bit this way. I had 3 stars. I don't know if I've lost some of them. So this one is going to come out like that. And then we're going to have little stars. So you're supposed to do like a triangle. I am not good at embellishing, but I'm going to try. And you know what? I'm thinking maybe if I put the black underneath the star like it was coming up, that's a good idea. And then see, so then it's not, I'll have this one with it coming down this way, just to make it, you want it to be layeredy. You don't want it to be like, okay. I don't know if I really like that or not, but, and then I'm going to add a few, I'm trying to do, I'm not an embellisher, but I'm trying to play one. So this one, I'm going to have a few dots that just are kind of random. It can actually be kind of hard to be random. Being random is not as easy as you think it might be. So I'm hoping those kind of look like they're supposed to be. Oh, I don't know. I might add things more. If you want to see the finished thing, just pop over and I'll. Okay. So that is that. And oops, actually, and then I'm going to add the sophomore. So I was talking about the letters, how that they're not as user-friendly as I'd hoped they were. And I ran over and I got the ruler, but now I'm thinking I'm not seeing it. So when you don't have a ruler, you can use, well, first of all, you need to find one that's not crooked. You can find something, a zip strip. So this needs to be at about 10 and a half. So I do have a ruler, don't feel sorry for me. Okay, so the word is sophomore, so I'm going to start in the middle. So sophomore is S-O-P-H-O-M-O-R-E. So 9 letters. So the 5th letter in, I'm going to put it right at 6. That way, hopefully, I will have things lined up. So S-O-P-H, S-O, Soph, S-O-F-O, yeah, don't spell while you're on TV. And so the outlined alphabet, it cuts out in 2 different colors, 2 different swipes. So this O is going to be right above here, and I think I'm going to have a 10 1/4. I thought about making it kind of off a little bit, but, and actually it needs to be down here, so this is resting on it, so I'm going to use that as my, and then this is going to be 6, so I'm going to set it right there, and then it's outlined, so you cut it out with 2 different colors, but it was not the easiest. Sophomore. Yeah. So she's a sophomore. And see how it's kind of, yeah. So I put down the lighter colored letters, or the solid, and then not the others. And this is going to go longer. I normally have all the stuff down, but I wanted you to see how this one works. So I put this down, and then I put the other one over the top of it, the outline over the top of it. And it is very labor intensive. So see how it's, and you kind of have to work with them a little bit, and yeah, it's not an easy font, to be quite honest. Okay, so then my next O. And hopefully this will be centered, because if it's not centered right, then you're moving two things and not just one. So this one goes here. And there's like 3 parts to the O, and I didn't do the O. But, I mean, I like how it looks once it's done, but it is kind of a pain. It's not one that I will be using if I'm in a hurry. Let's put it that way. Okay. And I don't mind if my letter sits on the stars, and I might add a little bit of stuff afterwards. And then the E. Sophomore. What a weird word. Think about it. Sophomore is a weird word. Usually, and this is why a lot of times I will just, I love going for the ready-made titles off of Scrappy to do it with my Cricut, because then I don't have to do this so painstakingly. So my goal is to start the challenges again, so stay tuned, and next week I will put up, we will vote on paper packs. So think about what the current paper packs are with Stampin' Up, and if you have a suggestion, feel free to go ahead and put the suggestion in there saying, I would love to do whatever one you would love to do. So the ones coming up for September, and in September we will be getting a bunch of starting September, they're going to have Scrapbooking is Coming to Stampin' Up. So they are going to have a Halloween themed scrapbook paper pack, like similar to the ones that we had with Close to My Heart. They won't be identical, but there'll be a sticker sheet, and there will be coordinating paper. So that will be super fun. There'll be a Halloween one. There will be a fall one. There's also going to be 2 Christmas ones. So that is going to be orderable on that first Tuesday. I think we can order on, we can order on the 3rd, but I could be, I will be sure to let you know when we can order those. So I'm super excited about that. With Close to My Heart, we were able to, we had a new catalog every 2 months, so not having new paper all the time has been a challenge. I just kind of looked up to make sure that I am on camera. I'm so happy that I am. Oh, hi, John. This is why I am. Turn everyone into a scrapbooker. Okay, and then this one. And this is right over there. Okay. And there it is. So this is her first day of school in virtual school. Oh, and I have a star that I'm gonna put right there, but it has gotten lost on the. I'm gonna move this one over a little bit. I thought that one might be a little bit too close to that. So all of you who are not scrapbookers and are just, maybe you visit my page. I'm going to put this in a business page just as soon as I get 100 followers, and then I won't have to Facebook changed the way that I used to do it with just my scrapbooking group, but now you can't post videos to groups, which I'm not for sure why they did that, but I'm sure they had a reason. Okay, so this is the finished deal. So that is the first day of school for my granddaughter. I hope you will add your layouts of your child's first day of school, and I will post finished pages, and we'll chat with you later. Thanks. Bye.